please.
Could you comment on the people who were put in charge of coming up with the official explanation for Building 7's?
Could I comment on the people who were coming up?
Their background, their credentials, and their expertise?
No, their background and credentials and expertise, no, I shouldn't do that. The whole leading of World Trade Center, his name was Shine Sander, and that particularly the two people who were involved with Building 7, John Gross was a leading engineer also, and Fahim Sadek, I'm mentioning him particularly because he has actually been giving a presentation in Denmark, and this, to my knowledge, is the only occasion where NIST has given an oral presentation to a live audience. This happened in Denmark. Of course, I was there, but he refused to take any questions. Yes?
Yeah, because I heard that you selected a handful of people who just happen to specialize in high-tech, top-secret military.
Well, this is some inside information about the people actually who was on the board doing this investigation. I don't think I should comment on that. But maybe point out that this is a political body under the Secretary of Commerce, and the leader is really what you call nominated each time the new administration comes in. So this takes orders directly from the White House, which is of some important information. Yes, please. Well, we know that because there was an interim report coming out in 2004, which I will mention later on. And you can also get public access to the contracts which they made with the private companies, which was they outsourced some of the work, so you can access to the contracts given to these companies. Okay, where do we get to? This is the front of the NIST report, and you can read it. It's not so hard. The summary is about 312 pages. And there are two main conclusions in this report to boil it down. The first one is that the structural damage of Building 7 was minor and not decisive. I say this because in the intervening years there were many, you would say, models or ideas or hypotheses around for why Building 7 collapsed. And one of them was that the building was so severely damaged from the collapse of the North Tower that it was just a wreck virtually and doomed to collapse. So we do not have to deal with actually how much structural damage was done to Building 7 because NIST themselves conclude that the structural damage was minor. I can say you at the most they had consequence for 7 out of the 57 columns, the perimeter columns, with nothing, no damage. NIST concludes that WTC7 collapsed primarily due to ordinary office fires. And this is a daring proposition because it has never happened before or later in history that a steel frame high-rise has collapsed due to fire. Natural science is based on experience, and all I've read from that, we could conclude that this is highly suspicious. And NIST knows that. They admit openly. They know that they have a hard challenge today because there's been many fires. Let me mention a few. About between 400 and 600. Nobody knows the exact numbers, but here are a few. 1991, Philadelphia, raging for 18 hours. The building remained standing. 1988, a very famous fire in Los Angeles. Clear focus, out of control for 3.5 hours. I have read the summary of the fire report myself and can quote that there was no damage to the main structural members. And please note that there actually is a fire going on here. You'll understand what I mean later on here. This is from the Persian Gulf, when you see this high-rise. It's also burning quite vigorously. Caracas, Venezuela, it burned for 17 hours and 26 stories. The building remains standing. So NIST has a problem. Now we have to take a close look actually at which fires were reported in this area. According to this, we are referring to the risk report all the way here through my last 10, eventually 15 minutes. So this is a quote from the NIST report. The collapse of WTG-1, this is the North Tower, ignited fires on at least 10 floors and burned out of control. This is my expression mark here. Because the reason why they burned out of control was that nobody controlled it. That there was no attempt to control these fires. You'll see in the menu video one. On floors 7, 8, 9, and 11, 12, and 13. They burned out of control. By 1 p.m. there was no visual evidence that the small early fires on floors 19, 22, 29, and 30 were still burning. This means that out of the 10 floors from which fires were reported, 4 of them had gone out about 1 p.m.